Okay, I'm going to share with you an actual incident that happened in Dubai, UAE. Uh, and It's about a UAE businessman whom I personally know. I personally know this man. Okay. And How I suddenly thought of him is I was just going back through some of my old photographs, and I found one of the photographs where, those days when I used to MC and DJ. I was a MC for weddings and functions and used to make money that way. And DJing, putting music and making people dance. Okay, so this guy, he's a Mangalorean. His name is Henry D'Souza. Okay, and I met him through, if I remember, I met him through some of the functions and events. When you're a DJ or when you're an MC for weddings and functions, you do one and somebody is there and who's at the party. If he likes you, he takes your number. Then you do his wedding or his function, or then somebody else takes your number. Okay, so those days it was, I think, pre-Facebook, or Facebook was there, but I guess nobody was using it for business purposes that time. So yeah, the age was, I think, 30, so 15 years ago. Okay, but very relevant story, by the way. So this guy happened to get in touch with me. I did one function of his. He was very happy. Then he just called me for another function. And I obviously realized this guy is rich. He's rich, he has money, he wants to hold functions and events, call his friends and families and party. And obviously when you have a large family, you have somebody's christening or somebody's baptism or communion or something or another. Okay. So very soon he developed a liking for me. And even those days when I didn't have tattoos, I was a very smart guy, good at talking, but a rebel. And one fine day he told me, hey man, where you working and all that. So I told him, I think that time I was skipping jobs or searching for a job. He's saying, come to my office, let's talk. So obviously I knew that maybe he had a proposal for me or something. Went to his office and he had a shipping company. It was called Prestige Shipping Services. If I'm not mistaken, it was a freight forwarding company. Okay. And he was doing well enough. He had around three staff. 3 or 4 staff. Okay, along with him. And that was in the office. His office was in, I think, Khalij Business Center. Yeah. Opposite Spinneys. And he then told me, okay, what are you working as and all that. He's saying, would you like to join our company as, sales or marketing or whatever. Sales and marketing. It's both interchangeable. So I said, I know nothing about shipping and all that. He said, no, I'm not shipping. I have another company which is going to start a very big company. So I said, what is it about? He told me, no, it's very big. I'll tell you all about it. I said, okay, fine. And later on, he told me there is one function. I want you to be an MC and DJ for it. Okay, come there. Okay, fine. So as usual, I came after a few weeks, 2 weeks or something. We did a function. And there, after the function, he was very happy. And he's saying, Loy, #1 and this and that. And he brought me front and lo and behold, he introduced me to one guy. Guy was really fat. Very, very fat. So he said, meet Mr. some name he gave. I can't remember his name. He was from Delhi. Let's call him Ravi. Okay, I can't remember his name. Let's call him Ravi. So he's saying, Loy, meet Mr. Ravi. I said, hi, how are you? And he said, Loy, this is my business partner. I said, okay. He's an industrialist. Oh, industrialist. I didn't know what an industrialist. What I knew that industry, okay, maybe like factory or something. I thought. So industrial, okay. And he was like, Loy, very good. He shook my hand. You're very smart and all that. Oh, okay. Come, let's meet up. I think he asked after 2 days or so. Oh, fine, okay. Finally, he gave me a location, but another location. He didn't give me the actual office where I met him. Somewhere in Gisses area. No, sorry, Alcuz area. Alcuz is an industrial area. So I went there, and it was a brand new premises. Nice warehouse and all that. And he took me inside. Lo and behold, as I said, brand new. You can smell the paint. It was that new. You know, bright lights and no dust. And so he was sitting there. Henry was sitting on another one table, office table, chair, computer was there. One table, office, computer, table, this thing was there. And there was a sofa, you know, like a typical small office, new office. So there was a L-shaped sofa, sorry. And so, not joined, like. So he said, Loy, how are you, my man? And how are you, my boy? Sorry. And then finally they said, come, let's have lunch. And so they ordered chapati and something from a small cafeteria. As we were talking, he told me that they are planning to start a new company. And the company was going to be a bottling company, water. So he said, what do you think? Do you think he'll succeed? So I told him, I told him honestly, I have no idea because I'm not into the bottling line of work. I was very honest. When I said that, immediately this guy from Delhi, what are you talking? You know, in Hindi, kya baat kar rahe ho? So, and he was saying, and he was telling me, Loy, in a desert, what is the most important thing? Water. If in a desert you cannot sell water, what kind of person you are? He's saying a good salesman can sell maybe impossible product to someone. A great salesman can sell ice to, Eskimo. But here we are selling water in a desert. It's so hot. You need water. And I'll tell you, as he was talking, Henry was like, You know, he had a habit of drinking alcohol. So he was alcoholic. So his eyes were red. Yes. He was going like proudly. I'm like, why is this expression? So he's like, Loy, we are going to bring a new product in the market. Never seen before product. And it's going to revolutionize the whole UAE. So I was like, what product is that? He said, bring the product. I was like, what is it? And he bought, in a transparent see-through plastic bottle. Taste this. It was cold. Tasted it. It tasted like sweetened water. Sweetened water means in the sense like a little bit of flavor. He said, what flavor is this? I tasted it. I said, it's like fruity. It's like lychee. Yes, lychee flavor. Then he gave me another one, which was again see-through. And taste this. What does it taste like? Tastes like mango. So he had different. He said, Loy, we are going to bring this product into the market and it's going to be a super hit. And Henry was like, he was doing like this, like as if he was kissing God. You know? So they were very excited. This Delhi guy was hyping him up and this guy was, And then he said, all the dreams of Henry will come true. That was where immediately I realized this Delhi guy, maybe Henry bumped into this guy somewhere. He found out his weakness, that he wants to be rich. Even though he was, I think, nearly 50, 55, whatever. He wants to be richer, not rich. He wants to be a very big industrialist. And when he found that weakness of his, he was busy pumping him and telling him, you will achieve this, you will achieve that. And he sold him a dream. And every sentence that was coming out of this Delhi guy's mouth, he was like, Jesus. So I was like, okay, water. Okay, I just, I didn't show that expression. I said, yeah. So then he asked me, do you think this will be a hit? I realized no matter what I say, that Delhi guy is going to pump it up. I said, yeah, definitely. He's saying, Loy, would you buy it? I said, yeah, of course. I would definitely buy it. He said, Loy, it's going to be a big hit. And then he said, the star product, introductory product that we're going to have is water. So I said, what water? He said, water, in the office you have Nestle, you have Masafi, you have Gulfa. By the way, Masafi and Gulfa these are the local brands in UAE. We are going to compete head to head with Masafi, with Gulfa, with Nestle, and we're going to take over the market. And then he gave me his vision. The first year, we are looking at 1% penetration. Second year, 5%. Third year, 8%. Fourth year, 15%. And it kept going on until 50% and all that. Okay. All right. So, and then finally, he asked me, Loy, would you like to join our winning team? And I said, yeah, it depends on the package. And then the Delhi guy spoke up. He said, Loy, you join us. Okay, you join us. Now we are just starting. And as we grow, you will join as marketing manager. Then you will become area manager. Then you will become regional manager. Then you will become UAE manager. Then you will become complete GCC manager. Then you will be global head. And he gave me my full career until CEO. Okay, not CEO. He told you'll be director or whatever. And he's saying every time you climb up, your package will increase with the commission. So I was also like, okay, I was not overly excited, but I was okay, fine. He's offering me a job, why not? And he told me that he would offer a car, he would offer later on car, housing, this, that, everything. Fine. So with that, he offered me a contract, said to sign. I thought about it. I said, can we just, first few days work and all. Now, because I didn't sign, I could make out the, disappointment, like he was upset on his face, but he didn't show it. Okay. So fine. Then we started. The first job was branding. That was a sticker, logo, the design. Okay. That he entrusted to me. He told me, yes. Bye-bye. Yes. Fine, baby. So the first day what do you call that? He told me, this is your first project. You have to make the logo, the design, the this and that. And I said, fine. I designed the logo. I designed the name, the slogan. I can't remember what the slogan was now. But one thing I do remember is the branding for the label. I had made it orange. Now, bright orange. Now, you might ask why bright orange. The problem was all other brands had blue and water, Gulfa, Masafi, Nestle. So in order to stand out, obviously, I had to do something, right? So I tried with different colors and I found out orange stands out. I tried different logos. I experimented and this and that. So after nearly 1 month of work, the orange logo design, everything I approved. The Delhi guy was not there. Got it approved with this guy. Fine. He said, yes, great, fantastic. Finally, this guy, Delhi guy came. He saw the logo, everything. He didn't say anything much. Fine. And finally, when the printing and everything came out, I found out the logo I designed was approved. The background, the color, everything, they changed to water. Like, think of a typical template, water and bubbles and blue. So I wondered, why the hell did they change it? And imagine, I'm the marketing manager and they have done this change without asking me. That was the first red flag. So I said, what happened to he said, Loy, you're selling water. You're not selling orange. If people will look, they'll think, oh, what is this orange? So, okay, I kept quiet. I didn't say anything. 1 month of work, all gone down to the toilet. Fine. After that, he got the trucks. Initially, he had told me he's going to get 20 or 30 trucks or fleet of 100 trucks. Instead, he got, I think, 3 trucks or 4 trucks. Okay. Initially, he had told me they'll have a full staff of 100 people. There's all this, the Delhi guy had told me. He ended up getting, I think, 4, 5 or 6 people, whatever. Initially, he told me, you'll get a car, you'll get a house, you'll get a this, you'll get... Later on, I found out that I had to arrange the car by myself and manage by myself, even petrol. Salary I'll come to later. So one by one, everything that he had told me was all plans were changing. I'm giving you the nutshell of the whole story. And initially, where I was supposed to be marketing manager and I was supposed to speak to decision makers, he being the CEO, he'll speak to the big CEO companies, chain of markets. I being a manager, I'll speak to managers, purchase manager, this and that. And then drivers will speak to shopkeepers, and the helpers will speak house, knock on the house and give them free vouchers and all that. That was what was agreed. As work started, immediately, he realized that he wanted meetings with all these big decision makers. Nobody entertained him. Then he realized even if he wanted to meet the managers, purchase manager, any manager, nobody would meet him. Then if he being the owner, no purchase manager would meet him, I doubt anyone would come and meet me. And because the company was not known, it is just started a brand. And by the name, the brand's name was Life, L-I-F-E. Then the drivers were supposed to meet shopkeepers. The shopkeepers were like, we don't know this brand. We know Nestle, we know Masafi, we know Gulfa, like Pepsi and Cola, we know them. Who the hell are you? And when they insisted, why don't you keep saying, you want to keep it for free? If we sell something, we'll give you. But you have to give us a couple of free bottles and all that. And because nothing was for free, no shop wanted to have it. And if any shop wanted to have it, they would ask 3 months credit or 6 months. Okay. Then going house to house, door to door. These guys would first knock and try to meet. But obviously, you wouldn't want to talk to a stranger, right? So they realized nobody was opening the door. So they started slipping in the free vouchers. And they realized nobody was responding. Even after 100 free vouchers were given, not one single person called up. Maybe, I think after 2-3 weeks, one person called or 2 people called and they asked for the free bottles. They didn't want to pay. So overall, every plan of his started to fail. And then on top of that, when things started to go back to us, obviously, you have expenses, electricity, water, salaries. And that is where he paid electricity, he paid the rent. But now salaries, when it came, you remember I told you, I worked for a month. And I asked him the salary for the month. He said, what work you did? I said, hey, designer, what was the use of this logo? We never used it. What work? You start selling and then we'll... So from marketing, branding, whatever, I became a sales guy. So I told nobody wants to meet. That's not my problem. So from where a positive relationship slowly became negative. And then every day before he used to talk to me, then it became, go sell, others don't show your face. That is what he started to tell me and everyone else. Soon the drivers, they don't care. They said, okay, cancel karo, nahi chahiye. Means cancel my contract, cancel my visa. Anyway, they were not on their visa. The helpers abandoned. Now you don't have drivers because they don't want to take pressure. You don't have helpers. And if you try to get someone who's experienced, they'll ask you double the salary. And I was the only sales guy. And then where the whole thing came collapsing down is where one day he called me to the office and told me, I want you to go to shop and sell and go door to door. I was like, what? He wants me to go door to door and sell. Do you want to buy water? I was like, this is not my line of work. I'm not going to go door to door and beg people to buy water. Sorry. So eventually I told him, see, listen, I don't think it's working out. He said, fine. The Delhi guy, fine. You don't have a vision, you don't have this or that. Oh, my goodness, he gave me so much more to tell me, like, you're a piece of shit. Okay. I said, fine. And this guy, I think this is the most important part of the story. You remember I told you first he was owner of a shipping freight forwarding company. Now that company was doing very well. Not very well means he was doing good enough where he was earning money. And he wanted to start this new venture where he would have a factory, where he would have fleet of vehicles, where he would call himself an industrialist. At the age of 50, 55, he had this vision. Why? Because he wanted to brag, show off, wanted to be called an industrialist. Well, when that guy sold him this dream, he started to disrespect the very business that used to give him his daily bread and butter. He started rejecting the clients. He stopped treating them nicely. Even the existing clients, he would like, you want, you take it, others, bugger off. He opened his mouth and told everyone that I'm starting this new global brand and it's going to be part of this group, life group, and I'm going to be the chairman, and big talk he gave. And the minute he told people this will be a side business shutting down, and one by one all his regular customers left because anyway he's not treating them nicely. Soon the company, which used to get at least inquiries every day and confirmed orders, the orders dried up. Inquiries became like 20 or 30% of what it was. And even his staff, he was very rude to them, and he would keep telling, oh, this is nothing, that company is going to be big and all that. And because he treated his existing staff like dirt, being influenced by that guy's bullshit, soon his staff also left. Finally, it came to the part where he was literally like alone in the office. Nobody was there. They all resigned one by one. And the sad turn of events, this life company, he didn't have any salespeople because nobody wanted to join a company that had a new brand, and anyone who would join, he was unable to pay salaries on time. The drivers, he bought low-class people who anyway didn't give a damn whether they sold or didn't sell. They just wanted their salary. The whole thing was a mess. And eventually this guy who had, he was a decent a rich guy who had at least a couple of millions in the bank, shut down this company, and after 35 years being in the UAE, one fine day just vanished. I remember accidentally bumping into him a few years later, maybe 4-5 years later. I saw him in the church. He looked more or less the same, but his face was sagging more now. His hair had mostly all been white. He still looked like a sharp guy that he was, but he was no longer. You could make out he was a broken old man, but he was trying to act brave. Oh, how are you and all that. So I said, how is, I didn't have anything bad with him, apart from the fact he didn't pay me 2 months' salary. I said, how are things? And oh, good, Lloyd, good. I said, how is business? Oh, I've opened up a branch in Mangalore, means India. Okay, how is it? Oh, God's grace going very good, Lloyd, very good. Oh, and you could make out he was just bluffing. And said, okay, everything, okay, fine, take care. And lo and behold, he vanished. Now, why am I sharing this story with you? What is the lesson? I guess you know what I'm going to say, and you have your own moral of the story. Some piece of wisdom that I can give you is, one is, the first one that comes to mind is, if you're successful in one thing, doesn't mean you're going to be successful in everything or anything else. Second one is, most probably the reason for your success is luck. Right place, right time, right everything. Don't take it for granted. Point number 3 is, don't kick or disrespect the hand that feeds you. He had an existing business. He completely disrespected it because he got this new girlfriend. So he kicked out the old wife, like they say. Next point, point number 4, I think, is, don't count your chickens until they're hatched. This business was not running well, nothing was happening, and he already thought he's going to be a big industrialist. Point number 5 is, when greed takes over need, you always make mistakes. Point number 6 is, he was doing okay being solo. All of a sudden, he got this new partner, and he was hyping him up. Be careful, don't get carried away. This is one of the biggest problems with people who are older. They get carried away, and something I hope, at least I don't. He played to his fantasies, told him, you'll be an industrialist, you'll be rich, you'll be this, you'll be that. He fell for all that bullshit, ball talk. Point number 7 is, when you start a business, always remember this. If you're starting a business, for first 2 years, you will only spend money. Okay? Maybe third year onwards, you will start getting some money. But then the challenge is not starting the business. The challenge is making it run. And to know if a business is running well, you need at least 10 years. That's as far as I've seen. 10 years of consistently, strong revenues with profits. You just keep getting revenue and you're spending the whole thing and hardly having any savings. That doesn't amount to business. Point number 8 is, remember, at any point, things can fall. Things can just get destroyed. Especially if you have a partner. Especially. Because when you have a partner, it's 2 people. If one person, fine, you call the shots. But when you have a partner, you just increase the risk level even more. I don't know if it's point number 9, but I'll give 9 or 10, or let's take it as 9. Point number 9 is, don't believe your own hype. He believed that anything you touch would turn to gold, and just because he had a 30-year record of running a successful business. And last, if not the least, the final one is, as you grow older, take care of your chips. Like when they have in a poker table or play cards, you have chips. Protect them. Don't take another risk, because if you lose this, maybe you'll never earn anything more. It was sad to see this guy who had so much of money lose everything. And it's not just him. I've seen quite a number. In fact, one of his friends was an even bigger story. And maybe I'll share with you that one later. That was even more extraordinary, man. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. A businessman who had millions and then ended up with 0. And this was not to blame anyone, but to blame his own greed. Let me know what you think. Did you find such a story worth listening to? If yes, have another 2-3 stories. Real life, not fake. Let me know what you have to say. Put your thoughts and comments down below. It's me signing off. You guys take care. Ciao.